everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. In today's matchup, we have a dangerous team. The Lions are top 10 in turnover differential, and they'll be up against a Bears team that wants to be careful not to play into that strength. With that, let's get up to Ford Field in Detroit. Here are Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
All right, Larry, first opened in 2002. There's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit. Today, we've got a Week 8 matchup on tap here between the Chicago Bears and the Detroit Lions. Carry for the shifty Dion Lewis. And he'll push his way forward to about the 32. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
They try again with Lewis. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down. And how about this wide receiving core, Charles?
Well, I was at the hotel watching a little film, and you popped your head in and said, these receivers are pretty good from what I can tell. You're exactly right. Can't wait to see them do their thing out on the field.
And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4. And Dalton to throw. Caught left side by Hilton. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. Now a toss play to Lewis. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. And now the Lions' defensive starters.
As Darius Slay continues to improve at the quarterback position, he may live up to his own nickname as the Slaymaker.
Throwing on 2nd down. Over the middle here, it's Hilton. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. These coaches told us they wanted to take the top off this defense. They wanted to be able to stretch them downfield. They showed it pretty well there.
And they knew that if they were able to do that, it would open up everything else. But how did they truly get it done? Practice in the previous week, making sure they had a plan, fine-tuned before they put into effect in the game.
They run. This is Lewis. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
The defense won that play so fast that I think if the running back even had time to notice if anyone was there, it was just a blink of an eye, and there was a loss on the play.
Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. Again, it's Lewis. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. 11 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 1.
Look, the first down marker is out there, but sometimes it's hard to find for an offense when they're in a long yardage situation, which usually means throw the football. In this case, they went against the tendency and ran it, and boy, the reward was there. A big, big pickup. And guess what? It's now third and very short in order to try and pick up a first down.
And he gets this down to the 18. Good enough for a first down.
Everyone understood their role on that play. 3rd and 1. You know, the defensive guys, they're trying to get down and get low and get leverage on the offensive lineman, but they didn't allow that to happen. They created a crease and allowed him to get through for a first down.
Now Lewis. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
Now they'll run with Lewis. He'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
So play number 10 now coming. It's been a long opening drive, but this is 3rd down. This is Lewis. And he has the first down before he's tackled at the 5. A 5-yard gain, and now they're set up 1st and goal.
3rd and 1, partner. No need to be fancy there. Just use some force and move forward and pick up the first down.
Long drive. The defense just cannot seem to catch a break and get off the field. 1st and goal from the 5. And they'll go ground game here with the tailback. And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis back with you as it's Bears football here to begin quarter number 2. And they'll come up looking to keep this drive moving. A long drive here. Play 12 coming up for the offense. And now to the air. Dalton. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Deion Jones leading the surge there. He drops him for a loss of 6. They've been moving the ball well offensively, really getting into a groove. Last play, pass completion. Now, finally, the defense gets there.
And you have to find a way to disrupt their rhythm. Do you do it with coverage, or do you do it with pressure? They elected to go with pressure, and it was the right call.
Can this defense get the stop on the opening drive? Here's 3rd and goal. Defense really showing respect to the deep ball here, playing off the receivers. An extra defensive back on the field here for 3rd and goal. Dalton on 3rd and goal. And this is going to be incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Crockett Gilmore, there. And it's 4th down. Here's Randy Bullock now as he'll go for the field goal. This is a 26-yard attempt. And Bullock will put this one through. And it's 3-0. The Bears hit the scoreboard first. So a 15-play drive. Can't believe that only resulted in 3, but it did.
That is somewhat amazing, isn't it? When you hold the ball that long, run offense that well, yet only put 3 points on the board, it has to be a little bit of a disappointment, doesn't it?
Has to. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. On 1st down, Griffin firing quickly here, and that's complete. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10.
Brandon, just mark that under the category of just not successful. Trying to throw the ball, just didn't work on that one.
Completed it. No yardage. The play clock's running down. Griffin now off the bootleg. And he's got his man on the out route. And he's brought down after a good gain. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
From midfield now, here's Griffin. The completion good. This is Eric Ebron. A very solid gain of 27.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
And now a first down following that long gain. Play clock winding down. They'll throw on first down with Griffin. And he will find his man on the outside. The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
In recent years, the slot receivers really gained stature in the NFL because they can do so many things. Yes, they can line up wide like your normal wide receiver, but to have that kind of courage and toughness to run routes in the middle of the field and become dependable targets for their quarterbacks and move the sticks, those guys are worth their weight in gold.
Time running out here on the play clock. To throw is RG3. And this one is incomplete. Third down here for the offense after the incomplete pass. And they're going to go soft on the corners. On third down, Griffin. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jarrell Freeman. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Onto the field now come the Bears. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
They'll start things on first down with Dion Lewis. And he'll get him a little bit of breathing room across the 5 to the 6-yard line. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
And while they hope to continue this drive, it's really already mission accomplished. They've given enough space now that they have to pump the ball. They've done so with that first run.
Off the toss, Lewis. And he'll be taken down for a loss back at the 3. So he loses 3 yards there. Now third down.
There's so many things that go into playing the position of linebacker. Some of them are actually subtle. Doing the drill work that you do all the time in practice and carrying it over to the game. Get rid of blockers and get to the ball carrier and knock him down for a loss.
They'll bring the tight end in motion right. The former Michigan Stater, it's Jeremy Langford. And they'll get him down right at around the 11-yard line. He did well to get him 8 yards, but it's still going to mean a call to the punt team on 4th down. So on 4th down, here's Matt Darr to kick it away. Taking on the midfield logo.
Whoosh.
A minute 52 left to play in this second quarter. We'll come back to Ford Field after this. Really nice starting field position here for the offensive unit. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Ebron caught left side. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10. Well, he caught it right at the line of scrimmage, and before he could even think about advancing it forward, he got hit.
Great tackling, because that's what you're taught. Don't give up yards after the catch. And most offenses make a living off of yards after catch. Those hidden yards that may not go into the score sheet, but they count big for moving the ball and stretching the field. Really nice open field tackle.
Now he'll escape to his right. Call it a gain of 5, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit. The Bears have put an extra defender in the secondary on 3rd down.
Yep, they're in the nickel. From the gun on 3rd down, Griffin. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he will have a first down at about the 21-yard line. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And no press coverage here. They are backing off in the secondary. On first down, Abdullah trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Partner, we're into the 2nd quarter, and I guess you can kind of look at it both ways. The offense, they've got to figure out what they're going to do because they haven't scored any points. But if you're the defense, you're feeling great about what you've got going on. The only concern you have, if you get to the half, what adjustments will the offense make to try to defeat you?
Griffin. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Jihad Ward in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10.
Watch left. Tight end to the left, tight end left. 4 down. Slow. Slam. Z. 31, check 31. Slow. Whip. Rush the whip.
3rd and long. It's Griffin. Under pressure, and they got to him again. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. And that 3-point tally now means we are even here toward the end of the 2nd quarter.
And what a way to end the half. Put some points on the board, feel better about yourselves as a team, and you're right back to even.
This one fielded at the 5. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Here's Dalton. He's going to loft one deep left side here. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So we've reached halftime at a low-scoring affair, just a pair of field goals. 3-3 is our score. As we are off to Orlando now to check in with Larry Ridley. He's standing by with our EA Sports halftime report. Larry? And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Lions offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. Now Griffin on first down. Ebron with it over the middle. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
A handoff to Abdullah. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
They go play action with Griffin. The left side completion to Jones. 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue. That time they hit him out of the slot on the drag.
And that route takes some fortitude from the guy running it because he knows he's going through the briar patch, as I like to call it, right? He's trying to work his way through all that traffic and people wanting to put a little contact on it. Really well done.
They come up in an offset eye. From midfield now, here's Griffin. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
They'll need to get the play off quickly. On 2nd down, here's Griffin. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line. That one goes for 36 yards.
Now, that play will end up on the highlights, and you'll see it all over the place. But what you won't see, the offensive line that bought the extra time, that allowed for the big completion downfield, those guys made that play possible.
The play clock's running down. Here's Abdullah. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
That's a nice play by the defense, but the offense can't let that one play define them. Let it go, move on, and start over again.
Play clock winding down. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. They go with Abdullah again. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd.
Back-to-back runs that were stacked up. Offensively, now you've got to think to yourself, do we change blocking assignments? Do we change formations? Do we change looks in order to try and get the running game going?
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Time running out here on the play clock. From the shotgun, Griffin. And he can't come up with a pick. Nearly his 2nd of the game. Instead, 4th down. So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. Made his first. This now from 42 yards out. And this one is right through. And they will take the lead here in this battle of field goals at 6-3. So the scoring drive encompasses 9 plays, but the net gain, 3 points.
And you're going to have drives like that in this league. Sometimes you just got to take the 3 and move on. Always better than nothing.
This fielded at the 2. So here are the Bears now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve.
They ran that one well. And not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things. But the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
They isolate Jeffrey to the left side. Dalton bootlegs out. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
And he still doesn't have a catch. We're into the second half. I think it's a little bit of a surprise to me, but that was one he should have caught.
Absolutely. That was his best opportunity right there. He dropped it. And the Lions going with an extra DB here on third down. Third down, a shot here for Dalton. Now he's hit, and Dalton lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Fielded just inside the 30. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And the Lions will have excellent field position here as they take over 1st and 10. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he's got his man on the out route. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. Back now at Ford Field. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. Second down now after the pass completion. Slot man moves right. A second down run for Abdullah. And he's going to be met at about the 43. And still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to third down. So following the run, we'll see what they do here on third down. And in this situation with the lead fourth quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
Here's Drew Kaiser now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides, where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
The Bears offense now gets set to head back onto the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
And he stopped immediately there. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, they held him to a short gain on that one, and it almost felt like on that first run, they were trying to just throw the jab at him. So how do you stop a jab? Get closer and smother it, just as they did on that last play.
9 yards still remaining here to pick up the first on 2nd down. Dalton throwing on 2nd down. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. Give him 11 yards that time and a new. Set of downs.
Zebra.
This is Langford on 1st and 10. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
The evaluation process in today's NFL does not take into account as much bulk as it does speed. And that's what we're seeing with the linebacker position. Those guys that can run, they can play at any spot because they can make plays on the opposite side of the line of scrimmage.
2nd down, Dalton. And it's grabbed by Crockett Gilmore. And they do finally get him, but he takes it to the 25. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter.
Zebra.
On the counter, Langford. They'll be brought down at the 21 after a pickup of 4. Calais Campbell on the stop.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good 1st down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on 1st down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
On 2nd down, Langford. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a 1st and goal.
Whenever we meet with coaches and they always talk about wanting to establish running the football, it's oftentimes with a good tight end who can control the line of scrimmage and the point of attack, and they're becoming harder to find because the colleges are giving us a whole lot of receiving tight ends, former wide receivers who can run, not necessarily block very well. In this case, though, we saw 2 tight ends on the field, both of them with the ability to block, and he ran the ball successfully behind that power set.
And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. And now it's 2nd and goal. Now a handoff. It's Langford. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. Jeremy Langford, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bears have taken the lead here in the 4th quarter. The Bears send the kicking team out there, and they will send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Lions offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big.
He's got it at the 15. And he takes this thing down deep into Chicago territory. And now the Bears going to signal for another timeout. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. They'll come out in the pistol.
319.
On the run, Abdullah. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. And let's see what the defensive coordinator may have up his sleeve here to try to get this final last stand and win this football game. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. Defense really showing respect to the deep ball here, playing off the receivers. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up third.
So much of this game is about leverage. We always talk about low man wins in the trenches. Well, it's like that in just about every position. And sometimes, if you lose that leverage and you're losing the battle, just jump up at the line of scrimmage and try and bat the ball away. And that's exactly what happened there.
They'll look to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Well, this has been a pretty sizable drive. They've had some success. Finally, the defensive coordinator found some success of his own.
I think he just simply said enough of that. Okay, they've moved the ball well. We need to force the issue from our end, and that's exactly what he did.
Down 4 late. Got to go for it here on 4th down. 5 wides in the game. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. 1 score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. He'll look to throw. He's got time. His throw caught right around the 6. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and it'll be a turnover on downs. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught.
And now the Lions going to stop us momentarily as they call a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Langford again. And not much there at all as he'll get... And we're going to get another timeout called by the Lions. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
They'll try to run for the first with Langford. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down. And a timeout here. Timeout taken, whistles blown. Timeout taken by the receiving team. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside. And taken right at the 35. 35 yards that time on the punt. And the Lions will take over. And Detroit getting set to go now. They're down here in a 1-score game. But the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
Well, they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. He's going to let it fly. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
On every offensive coordinator, every play caller sheet, they have about 5 or 6 plays per game that they call shot plays or big plays, and you don't get many opportunities to dial them up, and they just did, and they drop it with a great chance to make a big play. That's going to hurt.
And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off.
And that one, oh, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to go up just short, as this is definitely not his best throw, and it'll wind up being intercepted.
And a great spot to start this drive from here. 10th carry now for Jeremy Langford. And he'll at least get him inside the red zone here, down to about the 19. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
We always like to talk about defense in terms of levels. First-level defensive line, second-level linebackers, third-level defensive backs. On that run, that was what we call a first-level run, and it was stopped by a second-level player.
Well, Charles, the old saying, the old cliche, if you will, points at a premium, that certainly applied here, didn't it?
And that almost felt like open up a time capsule, didn't it? Old school football, low scoring, close game. What a way to finish it up.
You loved it, didn't you?
I
You loved the defensive.
I certainly did. Brought back the images of the game of old.
So for Chicago, the win moves them up to 5-2 now on the year. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Houston to take on the Texans. Meanwhile, for the Lions, they fall a game under the 500 mark at 3-4 through 7 games. And they'll be off to Minneapolis next week for a look at new U.S. Bank Stadium and a date with the Vikings. That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. With that, we say so long, everyone, from Ford Field.